Hello Flip Noise users. Today we're going to be looking at creating a pad string using Ableton's operator, and we're going to start by clicking on MIDI track and looking in our instruments for just a blank operator. Again, we don't want to load a preset. We could go for a pad there, but actually we just want to create our own. So we're just going to grab the operator and drop it in to the into the spare MIDI channel we've just created. Just going to kind of match out the volumes a little bit because we don't want it to be too loud. So we should have just a blank sine wave in the first oscillator. First things I'm going to do is, well, I'm going to go for something different. Instead of like 4 separate oscillators there, or frequency modulated off all 4, I'm going to choose something a little bit different today. I'm going to go for something like that, the shape. So we've got oscillator A and C, and they're going to be frequency modulated by B and D. So if they're all in a line, they're not FM modulated, and the ones above them are frequency modulating the other oscillators. You can just see the lines going down there. Okay, so let's just start with our first oscillator, A, and I'm going to play that. And yeah, I've just literally just done a house beat and a bass line quickly, and together we've just got, let's listen to our sine wave. What I'll probably do first is choose something a little bit more interesting, not so many harmonics in, something like that. And first thing I'm going to do is go to the envelope and create kind of a slower attack and a slower release, something like that. What's a good idea after that is to probably put in some kind of pitch envelopes or filters that are going to make it sound and move a little bit nicer. So what I'm going to do is, first of all, put a little bit of LFO on. So let's just listen at a single note. Now obviously I wasn't really looking for pitch, so the destination of the LFO, I don't actually want to change the pitch of the LFO, but maybe I'll do the filter. So let's have a look at the filter, put a little bit of low pass filter on. Okay, and we're just going to put the amount up. And I'm going to put this, instead of triggering sine waves, okay, but I'm going to actually go on to sync, and but I don't want a kind of wobbly effect. Just want to give it a kind of vibrato effect, and then I might change something like that, just a little tweak. And let's just change the filter a bit for okay. Right, next thing I want to do is put the filter on and change the filter envelope to give it kind of some movement. Now this won't do anything until I actually switch the envelope on. So I'm going to put it up to 100%. I'm going to bring this down later. And I'm going to put the amount of let's just take the LFO off just so I can hear what I'm doing here. Slowly comes up. Let's exaggerate it. You can see the filter slowly coming off there. And I think what I might do now, because I kind of like that, but the slope there is a bit. So it goes up, off, okay, but what I might do is actually loop it. Quite like that. Next thing I want to do, I might actually go back and just change that now, just to give some more harmonics in there, and I'm going to bring the level down. Quite like that. Let's try something like. Now what I might do is just frequency modulate that with a square wave. Let's try something like that. Slightly. Now with that, I want to go onto the envelope and just there. It's kind of a critical point where it's not on and it is on. A slope like that, okay, and then maybe something like that. I want to bring the level down. Okay, and let's put the LFO back on. But bring it right down so it's hardly doing anything. I don't like that. I'm going to go down to a. Okay, so we've got kind of a paddy sound, but I quite like to go down on the second one. Yeah, now I'm just kind of using my ears really and just flipping back between controls just to get a nice. I think at this point I might just record something in actually, just so I can concentrate on the sound. I know roughly what I want now. Yeah, didn't really know what I was going to play there, but let's just open it up and have a look. First thing I'm going to do is make sure all these, don't want that, all these notes are roughly the same velocity. I can just grab them all, and then we'll just bring it down and then up again, something like that. And then I'm going to go, well actually, let's put legato on, just so it goes, fills the ends. And because I've got a little bit of release on, I'm actually going to grab the ends and just take it back a bit. Okay, and I can hear the release stopping straight away. So what I want to do is just bring the release up on some of them. So for example, this one, the release 1.14, I think I can go up a little bit more than that. And that one. And then I'm going to frequency modulate the second sine wave as well. Too much LFO. Just so there's a slow climb there. Don't usually try this, but I want just something at the beginning of the sound rather than the slow attack, so. Just going to keep nudging the decay until I can hear something at the beginning. A bit more. A bit more. There's something at the beginning now. And I quite like that. So there's like a higher pitch, 48 semitones above, just for that really quick beginning. A couple of other things we could do. Some spread. Really nice. And that is it, I think. I'm going to now put something on called an LFO from, if you just type in LFO. And we'll just stop that for a minute. Yeah, an LFO, if you go to Max for Live and LFO, if you go to the MIDI and then double click that, actually, I'm going to load that by looks things on my Swedish house drums. So I'm just going to move that over to my operator. Right, so we've got this thing here, which is LFO. We can apply that to anything we want. I'm actually going to apply it to a audio effect, which I'm going to put on filter. Okay, and then this filter here. Quite like that. So how do you do that? I'm going to get a rate going, so I'm going to actually go to frequency and do it quite slow. And yeah, to map it, you just choose map button, it flashes, and you choose which you want to do. In my case, the frequency. Okay, so let's have a look at that. So too much depth, bring it down. Okay, I want another LFO here, so I'm going to type in another LFO. You can see what I'm going to do. I'm going to do the resonance on this. So we'll have another one just there, and we're going to map that to the resonance. Okay, again, too much and too fast. So I'm going to put that to sync. And I'm going to slow that down a bit. Quite nice, but let's hear it with the bass line and drums. And I'm going to offset it slightly. There we go, got some movement in that now. It's quite nice, quite a deep sound. And then I'll probably put some reverb on and some delay. But for now, that's it. Clearly, put some macros on, group it, and you have got your instrument once you save it. I hope that helps, and I'll see you next time.